We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
You decide when you lose, not other people.
And Blabs.
I like pickles.
And co-hosted by our friends from around the internet. If you like common sense, hit that thumbs up button and, of course, the subscribe button. And join us Monday through Friday live at 11 a.m. Central Time. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on God's green earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and SideScrollersPodcast.com. Hello again, everybody. Happy Monday, Stutter and Craig. My oh my, did the weekend happen? I'll tell you what. You go away for a couple days and just the world explodes and implodes all at one time. Here we are, everybody. How's your pocketbook feeling today? Feeling pretty good? All right, sounds good. Labs, how you doing?
Hi, I was about to type. You didn't hear it. Hello, hi. Hands up. Well, you know how loud the keyboard is, right? So I'm just like... Didn't do anything. Hello, happy Monday. Damn it, I can't hear you. But anyway, hi, happy Monday. I'm glad I'm no longer being the big boss today. I get to be my little producer self again, which is so nice.
Kara says, oof, that mic
exactly.
sounds so bad.
It's that mixer. And especially when you play the music, I don't know what it is, man. I keep having to lower that music. I'm like, zoop.
Look, I bought this mixer. Just little pull the curtain back a little bit. This is Gary's mixer, right? This is the Rode Podcaster Pro 2 mixer. He sounds awesome with it. There's never any issues, ever. But for some reason, my stupid mixer, which is like a ton of money, causes all sorts of chaos on this show. But either way, we're alive, and that's the most important thing. We're going to figure it out.
Tech support. Hello, this is support. May I help you?
Ring, ring, Blabs. Hello, can you help me?
Have you tried pressing the clicky? That's all I got.
Well, either way, we'll figure it all out. And as Kara says, hey, how about a little driver update? How about a little driver update there, Kara?
What's up?
How are you?
Yes, fix your stuff, Craig. That was painful. And on behalf of all of chat, I did not appreciate that. It was very painful to my ears.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you know what?
I feel like Kara needs a ruler to slap you on the wrist because that was hardcore. She was just like, do better.
Well, let me just tell you this, Kara. That can be described, that the way you described that just now can describe every episode of Side Scrollers. So that's all right. It was painful to my ears, and I hated every second of it. That's what we do. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually skipping work to be here right now. So
sorry, Eric.
Sorry, Rip Reverse. We got it.
Sorry, Mr. July.
Man, how's everything going over there at the Rip Reverse?
It's going really well. I mean, we started fulfillment for this book for Gooding, so people will be getting these in this week. So it's been good. I've been busy. We're event planning right now. I know we announced in our latest newsletter that we're going to be going to SpaceCon in October down in San Antonio. So that'll be fun. But yeah, I stay busy. Hey.
I got all the fun stuff. Hey.
Yeah, and yeah. This is Witcher. This isn't work stuff.
You may find this interesting. This is a misprint.
That's the yellow one. The gold.
Super limited edition. That's what happens when you visit warehouses. It's crazy. They give you stuff. Man, well, look. I feel fortunate. Well, look, we got a great show today. It is Monday, which means Yellow Flash is joining us as well. Hello, Flash.
Hello.
How's everything going?
Going okay. Arguing before the show with somebody about something stupid. So
Wait, you mean on the internet there was an argument about something stupid happening? Was it on X?
it was in DMs.
Oh, yeah, it always is. There's always X is the best and worst thing to have on the internet possibly ever. It's great. Social media as a whole. It's just a travesty. But look, we have a great show. I'm glad everybody's joining us today. We have this wonderful foursome. You guys watching, you guys make the fifth chair today. So make sure you guys are active in the chat, letting us know all the fun stuff that we're missing and screwing up on. With that said, we are live over on rumble.com/sidescrolls. Do us a favor, hit the follow button over there as we continue to grow a little bit more every single day. Why do we love Rumble, Blabs?
Because it grows organically.
Right. We also have
There
an
are
extra.
two of me.
Whoa.
There was.
What are we gonna do?
I'm pulling myself all the way down here. Can you barely hear me now? Am I okay?
Test, test. I mean, you're really, really low, but I'm fine now. So
Oh, what's happening? It's ridiculous.
I'll just shut up today.
I'm great, Blabs. With that said, you could have found out that Kara and Flash are going to be on the show today simply by following us over at x.com/sidescrollerpod. You can also watch the show over there. Blabs, we also have an Instagram account, don't we?
Yeah, we do. So far, some music clips of the show. Otherwise, some sort of violence upon you and your sandwiches. See, you just can't talk, but I can, and vice versa.
Pause and go. All right, sounds good. We also have a Kick account, and you can listen to the show over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And of course, you can follow us over at sidescrollerspodcast.com. And it'll redirect you over to our locals page as we continue to go. By the way, Blabs, how was Thursday and Friday show?
Thursday. Oh shit. Thursday was okay, but Friday with Mike and Savvy and Extra Zero together was like peak autism. Actually, it was a really great show Friday, like 10 out of 10. Yeah. But Thursday was for me was a bit rough just because like I'm always really nervous first time going in there as hosting, and then Friday more relaxed. So yeah.
Savvy's hilarious. I love seeing her on these shows. She is just, you never know what's going to come out of that girl's mouth.
Yeah, Fruit Loop
And it just
story.
makes for great entertainment.
Well,
that SpaceCon lineup is a Star Trek fan's dream.
Star Wars.
Well, now there's a lot of Star Trek people too. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, yeah. We're actually, I know he posted this on Instagram, but Star Wars Theory is going to be having a booth right next to us. So
Oh, nice.
it'll be his first convention appearance for actually like selling sabers and merch and stuff.
He'll kill it. He'll kill it. It'll be great. All right. Well, that's awesome. Maybe I should get a booth right next to yours. What do you think? Should we do that?
Do
you
it.
wear a Star Trek uniform?
No, absolutely.
Oh my god, what if he dances like in the Flashcast intro? With
What about a
Star Trek
Jedi robe?
Can I? Is that? I'll do whatever you want me to do, Flash.
You're
Whatever-
tall. You can go as
You're going to a space con thing that's themed after Star Wars and Star
Yo,
Trek.
be
You
a
gotta have some fun in
stormtrooper.
life, man.
Get a little fun in your life, Craig. A little fun. Jeez.
little Craig.
You know, I'll do whatever. Flash, if you show up and you do a signing at my booth, I will do whatever you want. I'll dress up however you want me to dress up, as long as that's a male.
Sailor Moon.
Okay.
I said male.
Well, now we live in gender neutral times, Craig. You can wear a Sailor Moon
You could
outfit.
go as Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah. He's
Listen.
like,
This is not going to happen. Not going to happen. I don't like anything about this, but I do like. If you guys tuning in for the first time, hit the subscribe button and join the 90,700 just normal men looking for common sense in the video game and entertainment space. Let's do our best to get to 1,000 likes, and let's do our best to get to 25 memberships, as Harambe Kojima has come in and gifted not one, but 2 gifted memberships to the channel. Thank you so much, Harambe Kojima. Appreciate that. And wonderful avatar for you. Rest in peace there, Harambe. Rest in peace there, Kojima. Although he's not really dead. I just thought I'd point that out. Speaking of normal men, Cajun Corey came into the 2, says we're just normal men who like boobs. That's right. We all do. It's wonderful.
Even women like them.
you know Harambe died on my birthday?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry to hear that, Blabs.
And I just looked it up. His birthday, ironically, is May 27th, 1999, but then he died May 28th, 2016. Age 17. So, yeah. He died
Blabs,
on my birthday.
please please take the time code of that so I can put that in the next intro?
Whoa.
Do you know Harambe died on my birthday?
That's true. I always remember it. There's always something going on my birthday about Harambe. And I remember
Get some F's in the chat for Harambe.
Yeah. Rough stuff. Well,
Too
Harambe,
soon.
Yeah, I agree, Blaz. Way to bring it up. That's a sore spot. It's tough. What's not a sore spot is Kara's love for boobs.
Have you seen something?
Some huge boobies.
You're welcome.
I'm a fan of them.
Yeah.
Kara, you live in infamy on the show, whether you like it or not.
I'm okay with that. At least it's about titties. I'm fine with that.
Oh,
Huge boobies.
that's right. It's
It's
crazy.
Grab for me.
Titties. Today's going to be a good show. I can already tell it. Absolutely right. He says, I noticed the same day Craig was gone, Craig was away, was the same day Jake Gyllenhaal was doing shirtless meet and greets in San Fran. Just a coincidence, I'm sure. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I may have been first in line, but who knows? Whatever, right? Kara, have you seen Jake Gyllenhaal?
Shirtless? Yes.
Have you seen Jake Gyllenhaal in the Roadhouse?
Roadhouse?
Have
Yes.
you seen? Oh my gosh, it's outstanding. He's got
Yes.
incredible
That's
vibe.
the only reason. The plot.
It's great.
That is the plot. Is hot Jake Gyllenhaal.
Listen,
The V cut on him. Oh my god.
see, spoken like a true woman.
I am a married woman, but dang.
It's impressive. It is very impressive. I'm just saying, I thought this bit would run its course a long time ago, but you know who keeps bringing it up? Everybody. And they're right. Look at Jake Gyllenhaal. Just do me a favor and look at him. Look at him. That's ridiculous. Unbelievable. It's crazy. Like you can admire another man's body and tell you that's incredibly impressive. And yes, clearly it's all done through steroids. But you know what? There's a little bit of hard work put in there. You know, just saying.
Yeah, they don't
You know what's
they don't just make you muscular. You have to go work out still.
That's right.
It's funny because over on Locals, RoboNext just posted a photo of shirtless Jake Gyllenhaal for you. It's
Hey,
just
thanks.
there. So you
Appreciate
guys should be on Locals so you guys can comment all the images and gifs and stuff.
That is one of the fun things that you do over on Locals. Is put
Mhm.
put photos and stuff in the chat instead of just text, which is good.
And I'm glad they're not terrible photos either. So thanks for being respectful.
Right.
They're
Hey, the
pleasing
word-
to the eyeballs.
Worthy one says, hey, Flash, if you could take one or two comic characters away from the terrible current day writing and rebrand them, which ones would they be and why?
A rebrand. Like, I don't know if they would work without their brands, though. I guess Spider-Man and Wolverine, because they're two of my favorites.
Just to shield them from the chaos. Just cover them and shield them. Did you see
Yeah.
Deadpool versus Wolverine?
Yeah, I've seen it 3 times.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We got some news on that.
2 of them were free.
Oh.
One of them I paid for.
Nice. Benjathan says, "Oh gosh, can't believe people argue on the internet about dumb stuff. Oh, yuck, like that, man. Like gosh, it would be deleting me of true yuck." Okay, Benjathan, thanks, appreciate that. That was my goofy impersonation based off your text right there.
It wasn't bad.
Says Blabbery, look up Chuckles the Clown. You think not so stuttering Gregory would pull it off? I don't know what Chuckles.
I don't know what that is, and I don't want to look it up.
Space Digger says Carolyn right there.
That name
Yeah.
really had to separate the two.
Clearly. Stay at Home Hippo says, afternoon, normal men, and special welcome to Kara. Batman's trademark can't come any quicker. Cape Crusader is a slog, and I think the Penguin is the worst. Just a fat woman without an umbrella gun. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
that
but
trademark,
go back to
though,
that.
you
Go
can't
back
even-
to that super chat because
Uh-oh.
I have a matching animal to that hippo.
Stay at Home Hippo. There it is. What is that?
It's this is a little figure that I got off a sideshow. It's a crocodile playing a Switch, and he's out in a little beanbag. But it's
What?
from that series. There's a hippo, and there's a crocodile, and there's a bunch of other different little animals.
Thanks for sharing. Appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
Like when you say series, is it like some type of show or just a line of a collection?
No, it's just a line of the collection of different animals. They're super
Okay.
cute. Sorry, I
That's
saw
cool.
the avatar that got me really excited. It's like,
That's actually
oh,
cute though.
I
Original.
appreciate that. Yeah, it's a wonderful little alligator playing the Switch. That's good.
Crocodile.
Sorry, my fault.
It's a skinnier nose. It's a croc.
Oh, thanks. Hi, the Icarus says, find yourself a girl who smiles at you like Craig when he talks about Jake Gyllenhaal's abs. It's pretty impressive. Just
Have
saying.
you seen Jake Gyllenhaal's abs?
It's crazy. Normal Man says, I can't wait for the day Jake Gyllenhaal comes onto the show and Craig fangirls over him for 2 hours straight. It's pretty impressive, just saying.
You would just be asking for looking at his abs in time. I'm like, can you just lift up your shirt just for 2 seconds? That's it.
Just a little higher, Jake. Just pull it up a little higher.
Just a little sneak peek.
Rimdog came
Not
in.
for the girls.
No.
Just for Craig. I actually wouldn't be allowed on there because Craig would want Jake all for himself.
Oh, don't be like that. Rimdog came in, says with the 10, says, Kara, looking forward to Gooding soon. New editorial cartoon on my ex, Rimdog 1138, starring the great Gonzo and Kamala Harris. All the best. All right, Rimdog. Thanks. Appreciate that. And Valkyria Winner says, hail normal people. Had to rewatch Friday's episode and just laughed. But hey, happy to support y'all, even when drunk. Now to quote one of my favorite WWF Raw wrestlers, have a nice day, Skull. Yeah, I saw Valkyrie was apparently drunk donating on Friday.
Oh my God. The things he would say.
Well, let me just say this. Please don't drunk donate. Right? Please don't do that. That's a horrible idea. It's a horrible idea. Don't do that. But either way, we appreciate it. And if you're okay with it after you sober up, that's fine. But if you get back to us and you're like, hey, I didn't mean to do that, I was a little drunk, then we'll figure it out. Speaking of drunk donating, Delta came in with a $50 direct donation. Holy crap. Says, Craig, I'm down bad in the stock markets. There you go. 5K. And I haven't even looked at my main profile. It's mass hysteria. Look, I need to take my deposit back on side scrollers or else I'm not going to be able to afford Star Wars Outlaws this year. Sorry, Delta. You probably shouldn't have just donated $50.
Yeah, give $50 to me instead of buying that game.
Oh, okay. Hi, Yellow Flash. Thank you.
Oh, look at
This
that.
is a personal picture from my phone. I had to put it on.
Let's go, Flash.
Me. This is me after I left the gym earlier.
Let's
I
go.
want to point out that Kara was looking away when I pulled up the boobs, and I can see her in the background. She looks over and she's like,
Whoa.
Oh, that's the girl that's just like trying to preach about being.
Yeah, she goes like this or something. She's like, where's Michael? It's like, well, duh.
Oh my God, it's like you're totally not doing it on purpose.
And then she does like the shuffle, the truffle shuffle. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can see her like physically, purposely bouncing. Like,
It's great.
Yeah, it is great.
She's a troll. She does it for like it's intentional. Like, why is everyone talking about my boobs? And I don't get it. Like, but she does that intentionally. It's the same with that one chick that everybody gets mad at, but she's totally a troll. She's like, I'm a bold lib. You know what I'm talking about on Twitter? She's always talking about how happy she is in her 40s. And
yeah,
she's a troll. She's trolling and everyone falls for it.
Yeah. The one where she's like, I'm so happy, but there's nobody who wants to be next to her at all.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a great question. Cara, do you think those boobies were real or fake?
there was a lot of movement, so I think real.
Yeah.
I agree. That was my thoughts on it as well. And let's see him again, because Carnicus came in with a
we're doing this one. That one's just the example one. Where are my real ones at? Yoo-hoo, there she is.
Says, welcome to the Brokeback Craig podcast. Give me them boobies for a palate cleanser. Let's go, Carnicus. Thank you so much. Genuinely appreciate that. That is massive. So are those. Look at that.
You sure they're real? I don't know, man.
I don't. Hold on, I'm watching the replay over on.
Hang on, we'll do this
YouTube
one.
right
This
now.
is the example one.
This is the
I
important
kind of
part.
think they're fake.
I think they're
Maybe.
real.
I don't know.
I think it's a
can't
really
tell.
good boob job. A
They,
really
they
good
bounce
one.
like real ones.
They do.
The fake ones don't bounce as good.
Chat, real or fake? Blast
Poll.
poll, please. Poll,
Poll in
please.
the chat.
Yep, it's important. DB Wild came in with 10 gifted memberships. That is spectacular. Wow. If you guys got a gifted membership, make sure you say thanks, DB Wild. That is awesome and greatly appreciated. Let's paint that chat green today as Eric continues with another gifted membership and re-upping for 4 months as Evil Dead cartoon with Bruce Campbell. Take my money and kidney. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. That is awesome. And SBZ says, whoever said it's okay for a man to admire, whoever said it's okay for a man to admire another man's body, I got news for you. Q's guts me.
Gay!
Thanks, Blabs. Appreciate that. All right. Okay. Look, speaking of gay, we got a lot to talk about today, and Blabs is going to start us off with a horrible palate cleanser. But before we get to that, Blabs, please fill us in on today in video game history.
All right. Oh shit, that's a huge echo. Damn it, Craig. Anyway, August 5th. So we have Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, and fun fact, I thought it said Yoshi's Ireland for a second. And I was like, what? But no.
Finally, some bangers. We got
You know what? Listen, actually,
Super Mario World 2, one of the best Marios ever made.
Here for it. Okay, so buckle up, Buttercup. Anyway, Yoshi's Island was released back in 1995. Batman and Robin released back in 1998. And then you have Silent Hill 3 releasing back in 2003. The end.
So fun little facts about these games, Blabs. Mario with Yoshi's Island 2. I have 100% of that game. It's part of the Mario Fun-a-thon we did last year or so. Batman and Robin. That is a actually very rare game for the PlayStation. And there's one, I believe, for the Saturn, I believe, that is even rarer. That game was built around, and this is probably going to mean nothing to you, but it's a beat 'em up game, right? Like a la, Final Fight or Streets of Rage or something, but with Mortal Kombat controls. So it's really janky and really messy. And anyways, it's super rare though. And
it's open world too.
Is it?
The Batman and Robin game is, yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice. That's awesome.
It actually had like detective things in it and everything, but the problem is it runs like ass.
Yes.
So
Now,
exactly.
when you say super rare, do you also mean like the price is very rare too? Like super expensive, hard to find the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Tough to find for sure. So yeah, well, good picks today, Blabs. Way to go. I don't even need to go onto my my website to prove you wrong or have mine. It's just good.
No, but you have some good ones tomorrow and some really one out there that's just wild. So.
All right. Nice. Well, thank you, Blabs, for that. That's great. One thing I failed to mention, we do have our brand new Normal Man T-shirt available right now. Before the show, I saw Kara during our intro literally look at the screen like, what did I just watch about this Normal Man thing? I saw you looked absolutely baffled. Do you have any idea what this is,
Just
Kara?
normal men.
I was very uncomfortable.
Did you understand? Have you ever seen that before?
No.
No. Well, so that's a kids show from back in the day. It's actually, let's actually watch a little bit more of that. It's phenomenal.
We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
We're both arranged to queue a little bit later on. So if you'd like to play Hate to Queue, email Sue when we say at bbc.co.uk.
Oh, you do it. Do get permission and leave your phone number because by jingo, it'll be worse than this if you don't. Oh, you're just kidding. You love this.
Back when BBC used to be fun. I think it peaked in like 2013.
Kara, what you need to know from that is that
What is that from?
I don't even know. I don't even know the name of the show, but that we have since changed our community name to Normal Men because I think that actually very much tells you who our audience is, just normal men. So we have normal men who watch our show, and it was inspired by that clip itself. So there you go.
Who found that clip for you?
Oh, that's an internet meme. That is a yeah. Well, now you don't need to, yes, please carry on. Okay, let us carry on. It's time for
I got you. Before you get into hard news, speaking of like hard news and hard, chat is saying those boobies are real with 83% of the votes. I see you laughing there. And then overall, Over on Locals, we got a couple of tips in reference to the boobs. So Spoon Ninja sent $1 saying they are real. Just G also says, I concur, they're real. And then Spoon Ninja follows up and says, look at the side under her shoulder and how they come down. And now I feel like we must study some boob physics. Don't you agree? So let's see. Maybe.
How many times are we going to watch this?
Listen, it's a real
leave it on loop.
Science.
Yeah. And what's
Leave
the
it on
problem?
loop. It's actually good for men's health.
Yeah, remember we studied it? Staring at boobs 10 minutes a day improves your health.
That's right.
Zach,
You're doing your audience a service.
look at it. Blabs, go and read that off from Zach.
Gravity has a hold on those jubilees that silicone prevents against. As a master boob, I declare those sweater bombs real. Yeah, they're either like amazingly well structured, and if they're fake, or they actually are real.
It's good.
Good for her.
See, look at Blabs hating on other women like a typical woman.
I'm not hating on them. How many times am I playing this, you shithead?
Yeah, but you're calling out her boobs and saying they're fake.
Well, I mean, listen, it's really hard to tell, so we're just gonna keep staring, okay?
I'd like to let you know I have not played that once today. This is
Do you see Yellow Flash's like avatar just slowly morphing?
I just noticed that as you said that.
This is real. This is what I really look like.
Yeah, right. Vote for me is a vote for boobs.
It's good. All right.
Yeah.
Well, the
Degenerates. And it's okay.
it's good. Eric says they may be both fake and real. She didn't start small and just enhance them. I don't know how
You
that.
know? It's like she Captain America at her tits.
Normal Man says new Yoshi game has dropped. It's called Yoshi Joins the IRL. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Quite the change in tone from the last entries. Uh-oh. And Absolutely Ready says Yoshi Island has Yoshi planting caramel. All right, nice. This is good. I don't know a whole lot about Ireland politics. Kevin came in and says, how much money would it take to play Star Wars, the new Star Wars? Yeah. No streaming it. So Hail Flashcast. Looking forward to it every week after my shift at the comedy club. Let's go, Kevin.
Thank you.
To play Star Wars, we're going to get into that in a little bit. So the dollar amount to be determined from that. We'll see. And Delta came in with the one. Says, sorry, Flash, I'm committed. I'm a committed man, and Craig is my only muse for tipping at the moment. I'm no J-Mac. Feel free to ask Craig to commit to form a co-op for like second win, though. Thanks, Delta. Appreciate that. I did want to touch on a couple of things that I didn't have an opportunity to touch on last week. Do you mind if I touch on those things real fast? Just a couple quick hits, Labs?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah. So I came back from celebrating my 15th anniversary with my wife, and I saw that Game Informer had shut down, which was sad to see, but obviously expected. My first thought was, I wonder how much that brand costs, because it's GameStop, and they, if they're just going to shut it down, surely someone has an opportunity to go out and buy Game Informer, and I'd be interested in acquiring it just for its back catalog, and I think that'd be pretty interesting stuff.
I will say I didn't know that it shut down until your tweet.
Really? Yeah. It's fascinating stuff. So I will reach out to GameStop just to see. I'm curious, because you never know, right? It never hurts to have a giant back catalog of stuff. And Second Wind started to implode, which was interesting to see. And my first thought there was someone needs to hire their sales guy, because the guy who quit, like that's a really valuable thing. John F. Trent, who is a great reporter, writes for That Park Place. He says that Nick Calandra, who is the CEO or one of the bosses over there at Second Wind, he says he did irreparable damage to the company during his appearance on our show. And I was like, what did we do? What did we do to cause him irreparable damage when he appeared on the show? Labs, do you have any idea? I feel we just ask questions and let him talk.
Yeah, I'll be honest. There are two of me. Okay, anyway, listen, one's enough. You don't need two of me. I think he just speaks and spews bullshit. The smartest thing he said was Suicide Squad failed because it was just a terrible game, and the rest of it was like a giant circle or roundabout. There nothing happened. So, yeah.
I agree with Mock over on Rumble. Like, I've been nothing but generous and very cordial with my time to this guy, and I've gone out of my way to like help him over and over again, and I get repaid with a block over on X. Does that make sense? I don't understand.
Wait, Nick blocked you?
I got blocked. I got blocked.
He didn't block me.
You've been very fair with him.
Extremely fair.
Yeah, very fair. I gotta say,
like
probably the fairest out of all of us that have talked to him, like about him in general.
Yeah,
that's kind of shitty.
I think he didn't block me again because of the whole thing where we outed him about it on the show. Like, why'd you block me? I don't even talk about you. So he didn't block me, but he blocked you.
You're not blocked?
No, I checked it after I saw that you were blocked.
What is this nonsense? Kara, do you know who Nick Calandra is?
Nope.
She's like, I'm happy.
Yeah, you're good. Don't worry about it. You
Let me be ignorant. I'm fine with that.
Good.
It's better off. Yeah, I am not blocked. I think he did that on purpose because he didn't want me to yell at him publicly again. Like, you're a moron. Why'd you block?
Well, either way, that was very fair of him to do that because I've been nothing but generous and fair with my time and conversation, both publicly and privately. I think it's nonsense. Anyways, well, I guess I was kind of shocked, though, that the whole thing's imploding and people had such negative things to say about him. But whatever. Anyways, it is what it is, and it's just another one of these things where it's an ideal situation until it's not. And it's crazy. The guy who quit wrote a pretty scathing commentary about him, and it was rough.
You know, there was two people who quit, right?
Yeah, I know. I said we should hire their salesperson. All right. With that said, hey, it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news.
Hard news.
Kara.
Yeah.
I would like to apologize for what you're about to see. Blabs is bringing us down this hole again. This is a horrible, horrible thing. And the chat will know this, and just watch the chat whenever they hear this. Did you hear that, Kara?
Yeah.
Blabs, please fill everybody in on what we're about to watch.
No, I just think you should just run it. just play it. Don't even warn them.
No. The chat knows.
Look at the chat. They're like, no.
No, you need to give a little background, Blabs. Why are we... this is actually a question for you.
I'm lost. I don't know what's going on.
Please fill everybody in, Blabs.
There is this parody couple on the internet called like Disney Swingers. Well, they're parody. I would hope. Maybe it's real.
Sounds like their current day audience.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a song that's very, very catchy, and it's very, very awful. And it's been memed all over the place, and it's actually gotten a huge amount of views, the original music video. And I'm doing a horrible way of explaining it because I'm trying not to give it away before we just hit play. And I'm just waiting for Craig to hit play.
No. Listen, this is what you need to know. This is a swinging couple called Alex and Ash. And they go by a twink and
a redhead.
Okay. So Blab saw, and I just want to point, this is the thumbnail for their video. This needs to be shared. Blab, Flash, have you been exposed to these people before?
No. Oh my God. What is that?
Wait a minute. Flash, you've not seen a twink and a redhead?
I know.
What?
Well, then I feel like we should probably watch the first few seconds of.
I feel like we need to do a deep dive to explain to our guests what's going on here. I'm surprised. This is an ongoing topic on Side Scrollers. We cover breaking news.
Listen, as much as I bring up Jake Gyllenhaal, Blaz brings up her favorite music group, Twink and the Redhead.
It's because they always show up on my Instagram algorithm, like the audio, not actually them, but someone uses their audio lines.
Look, just here's the first 15 seconds of it, Kara.
He's gay.
Thank you, Flash.
Thanks, Flash. I had no idea.
No way. Thanks, Captain.
This isn't a real relationship.
Oh, well, let's continue on with this.
Do they claim that they're together?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
He's not having sex with her. That's why he's a twink, because they're bringing gay men, like bisexual men, and then he fucks them both.
Well, anyways, they've taken that song and they brought it over to Lord of the Rings. Thank you, Blabs, for this.
Yes.
A twink. And a redhead. A twink.
Okay, I can't do it anymore, Blabs. Never, please, never, ever, ever, ever bring these people up again.
It's awful because I keep seeing the audio line or hearing, I should say, like on memes. So Twilight, Lord of the Rings, like any type of like pop culture show. Somehow, if there's a ginger in it, this audio line has been in the memes.
Yeah,
I don't appreciate that treatment to redheads.
That's right. Yeah. Kara's like, I am going to war for this meme.
Well, I'll say this. That was the lowest moment of the show today.
You're welcome. Brought to you by Labs.
Right. Let's Labs. This is also on the run sheet. Maybe I'm missing something here. Let's just slowly move on from that. Cover. What are you talking about in this tweet? He says Microsoft would never do this today. What am I looking at here?
All right. Magnus is making fun of another dude who walked into the wrong bathroom. That would never happen today in 2024 with Microsoft. They'd be like, he's allowed to use the other bathroom. He can use the women's bathroom because he identifies as a woman.
I see what you're going with here. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Are you playing like Zoo Tycoon or something?
Yeah, I was playing Zoo Tycoon too.
Oh, okay.
I love that game. Dude, that game is awesome. So, this guy is making fun of this dude named Pete who walked into the wrong bathroom.
Okay. No, I don't think that would happen. Thank you for that, Blabs. All right, let's now listen. Before the show, we're just gonna keep on moving with these quick hits here. Before the show, when Kara came in, Blabs and I were talking about was the ongoings at the Olympics, and we have to be careful with what we show on the show because things have been flagged for copyright. But I'm gonna tell you this right now: this may be worth it. Okay. Kara, did you see the guy doing the pole vault who lost?
No.
Okay. Flash, have you seen the guy who lost the pole vault? Did you see why he lost?
Yes.
Okay.
Is he really losing though?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right. Now, to be clear, Kara, while he may have lost a medal, he has gained so much street cred for the rest of his life. I just want you to watch this.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Kara, first time reaction. I'm going to turn down the audio as we're going to watch this in real time. Up. He's going up and over, straight up. Kara, did you see what happened there?
Yeah, I saw the jiggle.
It wasn't just the jiggle. Watch what happens as he crosses here. And what a great shot this is, by the way. He's up, he's over. What gets caught? That's right.
It's dangling.
I mean,
good for him.
Quite impressive. And look at that right there. What a shot right there. I mean, that's this dude from France. He may not be packing a medal, but he's packing some heat down there.
That man is hung like a horse.
Like, wow, that's pretty impressive. I'm just going to throw it out there right now. Kara, first time seeing that reaction, fire away. What you got?
There's gonna be a lot of ladies slipping into his DMs.
He's at that Olympic camp or that encampment they have. They're already slipping in.
And plus, it's France, so there's probably a lot of gay men too slipping into his DMs.
You know,
Ooh la
You ever heard
la!
the stories of what goes on at those
Oh yeah.
like encampments that they give all the athletes? Because they train hard for years and never really do much. So when they get there, like there's stories of them trucking in condoms to these things. It's wild.
Okay. So, and let me back up a little bit, because in 2002, I actually worked at the Olympic Games in Salt Lake City, Utah, and all those stories that you hear about as far as the Olympic Village and all these athletes coming together, that's all it is. It's like bunnies who get together and all they're doing is just fucking for like 2 weeks straight. Like so many STDs come out of the Olympic Village.
Well, it used to be that they were all fit, but now they're bringing in like esports people. So you're going to have some more luscious sized people in there.
Although I will say, I
Same.
don't know how much of that they're doing in the Paris Olympics. I don't know if you guys have been hearing, but the Olympic Village doesn't have AC, so people are actually dying in like of heat. So I don't know how much exercise they'll be doing inside the inside their rooms. And actually, some of them are sleeping outside in the grass because they can't sleep.
What are you talking about? People are dying.
It's so hot that they cannot sleep. So like they're sleeping outside of their bedrooms because there's no AC and the beds are made out of boxes.
Yeah, but no one's actually dying.
No, I'm being exaggerating when hear what I'm saying. Like they're really struggling with like heat issues. So how much boom will they be doing if they can't even sleep and they're like, it's so hot, get away from me.
Well, I would just like to congratulate this Frenchman for winning the winner. I think he's the second biggest internet winner at the Olympics, behind the guy with the shooting the gun.
Oh, but you know, apparently it happened in like, was it 2016, where there was another guy who did the pole vaulting and his junk also knocked down the pole. So
Someone in
good
the
for
chat
them.
someone in the chat said they're only fed vegan food. Is that true?
Yeah, the food apparently is really, really awful. Like, I don't know if it's vegan or whatever, but I've been reading stuff about like how everyone's unhappy with the food choices. Like, it's a huge mess, this Olympics.
Have any of you ever had like any vegan meat? It's disgusting.
That's just plastic.
That's so gross.
It's actually worse for the environment. It makes no sense.
I accidentally bought vegan chicken nuggets, like frozen nuggets.
Aww.
I actually bought some vegan one once, and I didn't know till I tried them, and it was gross, nasty. I spit them in the trash, spit it out in the trash immediately.
Do a little hawk tua.
Spitter.
Well, I'll tell you what. I would just like to go back to this one more time, and here we go. Check this out. Watch the boomerang effect as it comes down. It's really pretty impressive. The straight boomerang effect. Boy, yo, 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 yo.
It needs like some type of like animation sound.
I agree. Some cartoon effects make it that much more funny, which is good. But congratulations to that guy. And I don't know. I mean, do we really even need to know what that guy's name is? Just it's the Frenchman.
Big Dick Frenchman.
Anthony.
BDF. That's right.
Big Dick Tony.
Oh, it's not Italian. It's French.
His name is Anthony.
Anthony? Okay.
Yeah, Anthony Amarati, which is, not exactly French, but
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, maybe he could in Flash. Here's a nice little callback to yesteryear. Flash, you've been watching wrestling for a long time, or at least you watched back in the Attitude Era, correct?
Yeah, Attitude Era is where I jumped off after that was over.
All right. This happened 26 years ago in 1998. Maybe here's the tie-in to the French guy. And Kara, I know you're not going to get this reference. Blabs, I know you're not going to get this reference, but chat, I know you'll get this reference. 26 years ago, this wonderful segment that happened on WWF Raw, I choppy your PP, as Raw goes off the air, as this group, Kai and Tai, which is this group called here, was going to chop off Val Venus's wiener with their samurai sword after Kai and Tai, after Val Venus, the porn star,
allegedly had sex with their valet in the background there. It was one of the most talked about segments in wrestling history. 26 years ago this past week, it happened. Those who know.
Was it actually choppy? Or was it just fake?
No, Blabs. They didn't actually chop his wiener.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Blabs, they didn't actually chop off the man's penis for a
Just
television.
gotta make sure, man.
Just throwing it out there.
We need disclaimers.
Someone finally tell her that wrestling's not real. It's
It's
scripted.
fake, I know.
Steel drill to meat, damn it. All right.
Pretty sure Stone Cold didn't go into the hospital and beat the shit out of Vince McMahon that one time.
Right. I'm pretty sure that the Undertaker didn't actually put Stone Cold Steve Austin on a crucifix and attempt to sacrifice Stephanie McMahon either.
Man, I remember that. That's so cool.
It was awesome. Good times. Good times. All right. Sorry. Just thought I'd bring that up. The chat knows. The chat knows. Favorite wrestling moment from the Attitude Era chat. Fire away. Go. All right, Blabs. This is where you need to chime in. This is the New York Post that I can't pull up. What is this story? Tell me about this. What do we got going on?
You
over
mean
here?
the viral Turkish guy?
Oh yeah. Okay. Is this what we're doing? We got more Olympics.
Yeah, we got more Olympics. All right. So I don't know if you guys have been watching the news or anything, but we've had this man go absolutely viral. I'm assuming you guys saw it, but the best thing is, and why I really want to point that out, is what he says about it. I did not need special equipment. I'm a natural shooter, and I absolutely love that attitude. And I'm sure you guys have seen the meme. We're going to share some that Kara has sent over. So look at that.
That's
awesome.
Awesome.
Amazing. That's coffee. Cat. Like, it's so good. And then there's so much more.
He needs an anime.
He does.
He looks so serious. Like he's like, yeah, like this dude.
I like
awesome.
that everyone
I
was
like that
calling
for
it-
your country.
I liked how people were saying, did Turkey really just send in a hitman to the Olympics?
Basically, he doesn't wear like, and I don't know if you've been seeing the other shooters from different countries, but they all have like gadgets and glasses and things, and he's just like, boom, done. Gets like what, silver medal, I think it was. So yeah, amazing, good for him.
Yeah, there's been some great memes that I've been seeing of that.
I think that he's definitely going to get some sort of animated, like just based off his cool casual stance of him just kind of bringing it up and just kind of standing there like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, does look very cool. Apparently he's been doing it for a long time though. I saw footage of him like in 2011, which is crazy. What is this?
Oh, this is just him. Hang on. He's just totally casual. Doesn't even care. Yeah, all right. I guess I'll go.
He's got his hand in his pocket.
Yeah, like he literally does not care.
Oh, that's good stuff. There it is right there.
That's the money shot. Yeah.
Yeah, I like how casual he is about it. Pretty badass, I gotta say.
It is really badass. If he doesn't already have a girlfriend, he'll have one after this.
Him and the French guy, the two biggest winners. The two biggest
They
winners.
seriously are.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to another quick hit here. Mortal Kombat, the second movie is coming out here next year. October, scheduled for October 24th, 2025. Did you guys see the first second Mortal Kombat movie?
Most recent Mortal Kombat.
Yes, I very much liked it. I thought it was a really fun movie. Did you guys like it?
I liked it.
Yeah, it's good. Blaz, did you see the Mortal Kombat movie?
I've actually not.
They added they made a character up for it. He's like the lead character, and he hasn't appeared in any games or anything, as far as I know. But they kind of created one, and people weren't sure who was going to be the lead and all that stuff. But we're now starting to get some glimpses of Mortal Kombat 2. And I got to be honest, this is the first shot of Katana, and I got to be honest, looks pretty freaking baller, at least from a fan perspective. She's obviously the character with all the fans, and that's awesome. I don't know, just it looks pretty sharp. Flash, are you a Mortal Kombat guy?
I like the first couple. I don't really play it anymore. I think it's kind of gotten too wild, but yeah, the first couple I like a lot. I have that arcade one up. I still play it.
I think the best Mortal Kombat movie I've ever played was Mortal Kombat 9. I love that movie. The actual gameplay of that or the story of that single player game back on the Xbox 360. I loved that game.
I have a question for you.
Is that the one where they time travel?
No.
I've been trying to remember the Mortal Kombat game that I played on, like, I think it was on the original Xbox. It was like RPG style ish. Like you go through like the different like worlds. Maybe I can't remember what it was.
Deadly Alliance.
I'm sorry.
Deadly Alliance, perhaps.
I don't remember. I thought it started with
I like that
A.
one. That's the one where you could switch up the styles, right?
Well, let's see. You said it was like an RPG style
Yeah.
game. Right? I'm doing a quick glance of the Xbox games. Let's see. There was one in Armageddon. Mortal
Is
Kombat
it?
Armageddon.
Saying
Oh,
There was Deception and Armageddon and Deadly Alliance.
Deadly Alliance. I had a good time playing that one. I used Sonya Blade in that game. She was awesome in that one.
I'm going to Google this.
Yeah, fire away. Go ahead. While we do that, we'll take a look at this. This is kind of interesting. The guy who plays Johnny Cage in the upcoming movie is Carl Urban. That's the dude who is in The Boys. And this is interesting. They said he's bringing a really interesting take on Johnny Cage. I can say personally that Carl Urban is a great guy, and we had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs on set. I think it's really unique. It's maybe different than what people are expecting. So, you know, does he have? He has the accent, the Australian accent in The Boys. Does
He's
he have?
actually from New Zealand.
Oh, okay, whatever. It's all the same down there, right?
I wouldn't say that to those people.
I don't care. That's like saying that the Americans, United States, and Canada are the same thing.
Say,
right.
quiet, you wanker.
That's right.
That's British.
It's all the same to me.
That's right. America.
Such an American thing to say. It's all the same.
All the same. Yeah, it's crazy. Kara, did you find out what game you played?
No, I'm still looking. From what it looks like, it might be Deception.
Okay.
But I'm trying to Google it right now.
Okay. Well, so there's that. Which, I got to be honest, I will definitely see the new Mortal Kombat movie. I thought people like, the story was paper thin, whatever. Yeah,
it's Mortal Kombat. What are you fucking looking for, Shakespeare?
Hey, right. It's a video game.
Why did they hold up the skull and give a monologue?
Yes, that's right. Johnny Cage picks up a skull. To be or not to be. That's right. He goes Billy Madison with it. It's so over the top.
Why can't some movies just be what they should be? I don't get to complaining sometimes on movies and plot. Like Mortal Kombat, as long as there's awesome fighting in it, I'll be pretty happy. It's a story about a tournament where people kill each other in fights. It's not complicated.
What a great tie-in to the next story. Talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, a movie that is what it should be, right? You said you've seen this movie 3 times, Flash?
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
Kara, have you seen this?
Oh, yeah. I went opening day to go see it.
And do you think that it's exactly what it needs to be?
I think it's exactly what I wanted it to be. I don't know if what it needs to be would be the right way to word it, but it's exactly what I wanted it to be, which was fun, action-packed, and just ridiculous with a sprinkle of heartfelt moments in there.
A sprinkle of love. That's good. Well, I'll tell you what. It is official as of today and this weekend. Deadpool has beat out Jesus Christ. As Deadpool and Wolverine have surpassed Passion of the Christ as now the highest domestic grossing rated R film in history, with over $800 million globally. Deadpool has done it. They beat Jesus. I got to be honest.
I mean, he is Marvel Jesus.
That's kind of the idea behind it, right? He's never dies. I haven't seen it yet. I've heard great things about it. I've heard there's tons of cameos. I've watched a couple spoiler reviews, but I still want to see it. You know,
I'll get you a copy.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Flash. Appreciate that.
But it's worth going to see in theaters. Just saying.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Yes, I definitely agree. I think that's one of the fun things about going to the theater. My wife doesn't like to go see movies. I do like to go see movies, so I can't, unless I'm just the weird guy who goes and sits in a theater by himself. Although there is something charming to that. I do kind of appreciate that. Do you guys go see theater? Go to
I've
movies?
been to movies by myself multiple times. I don't mind it. I mean, one time I went because I literally didn't know anybody in the entire state when I went. But the other time I went because I just wanted to go by myself. I don't see any harm with it. Sometimes you just want to chill out by yourself and watch a movie.
Flash, you ever go see movies by yourself?
Yeah, if I have to. Like, sometimes I need to review stuff for YouTube or like my show on Saturdays. So if I can't get ready to go, I'm still gonna go. I mean, you're sitting there just watching a movie anyway. It's not like you're interacting with the person you're with.
Look at that. There it is. He has it. Impressive.
Awesome.
Designed by Deadpool.
That's good stuff right there.
They had this one and they had the Headpool one at my theater. And this one even comes with a little stand.
Oh, look at that.
Did you see them ask Harrison Ford about this?
No, I didn't.
He's just like, I can't help you. Because they asked him to design a lewd bucket. His reactions in general to the media are always funny. He just doesn't care.
Oh, yeah,
But
he never cares.
the San Diego Comic-Con reactions are really good because I think he's drunk.
Oh my God. Or just senile. He doesn't care. Like, that's the beautiful thing about Harrison Ford at this point. It's like, shut up. I don't need to talk to you. It's absolutely brilliant stuff. Well, congratulations to Deadpool and Wolverine pulling it. I mean, by the time I think it's kind of a hard time reaching 1 billion. It's kind of lost a little momentum, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I guess it made $97 million in its second box office weekend. So do you think it'll cross 1 billion by the time it's all said and done? Will this be the first $1 billion rated R movie?
I mean, if they keep it in the movie theaters for so long, it'll eventually do it. Just like they did for Avengers Endgame. They left it in the theaters for how many months? Just to cross the line of #1?
I think it hits 1.5.
Oh, really? You think it's going to go that high?
Yeah, it's going to be in the theaters for the rest of the summer for sure. And I mean, what's in the movie's way?
There's really not a whole lot else out right
Alien
now.
Romulus. I mean, that movie's going to do okay, maybe, but that brand is kind of been damaged because they put out so much horse shit over the past couple of years. I don't think there's anything that can stop this movie.
As pointed out in the chat, Joker was the first rated R movie that hit $1 billion. Oh, okay, cool. Well, either way, it's in rare company. Flash sent this over. This is the interview that Cinema Blend did with Harrison Ford. Let's see how Harrison Ford responded to the familiarity to the Deadpool popcorn bucket. I'm sure this is brilliant.
Familiar at all with the Deadpool popcorn bucket? No, would you like to?
Well, I don't know if I'm not familiar.
So they have these popcorn buckets that are kind of lewd.
Oh, cool.
And I'm just curious if you could pitch one for Captain America 4. Do you have any ideas for Mr. Kevin Feige? They're kind of supposed to be like lewd or funny or suggestive.
Let me look at it again.
It is you stick.
No, I don't think I can help you. But for the opportunity.
Thank you for the opportunity.
That is a very Harrison Ford answer.
There's all kinds of those clips floating around. Most of them are really funny.
Have you guys ever watched the show Shrinking, where Harrison Ford just plays Harrison Ford?
Yes, I have seen Shrinking.
It is such a good show.
It's good. It's fine.
It's good.
Is it in a second season right now, or only first season?
I don't know if I imagine they'll do a second season. They left it off kind of like they were going to do another one, but I personally really enjoyed it.
if they can just remove this watermark from the corner, that'd be really great. 'Cause that'd be a great thumbnail face for everybody forever. Flash, there you go, buddy. You can take that with you. Go crazy. All right. Well, thanks to Harrison Ford for that. All right, let's go to what's happening in the world of, well, the entire world, as absolute chaos has broken out across the world, specifically in the financial markets. And it all started really on like Friday, and it kind of peaked in over the weekend, and the crypto markets went nuts and dropped the valuation. If you guys have had any crypto, guess what? It's worthless again. And it is spread into the United States stock markets, as today the market is down. Oh, it opened down over 1,000 points, which was about 2.5%. Right now, it's quote unquote steady at dropping 2% for the day. But why does this matter? Well, a lot of this happens. I mean, obviously, if you have a portfolio or any sort of retirement, that's why it matters, because a lot of your retirement portfolio is probably invested in the stock market. But how does this affect video game companies in particular? Well, let's take a quick look. This was earlier today. Says it's Monday at 1:30 in Tokyo right now. Investors in the stock market continue to panic and are causing a bloodbath. Nintendo went down 15%, Sega 13%, Capcom 16%. You can see over and over and over again, just giant drops, double-digit drops in a single day. I don't even know what Cave is, but down 23%. Yikes. Anytime you have this type of, I mean, dramatic.
Konami's interesting. All they make are fucking slot machines anymore.
Yep. And you see Tecmo right there down 6%, Square Enix down 5%. I mean, it is an absolute bloodbath when it comes to these stocks. And these are, Nintendo's a pretty much a blue chip stock at this point. They see success regardless. They're a very steady company along the way. But this is, I don't know. Do you guys know a whole lot about stocks and investing and all that? Flash?
Not a thing.
Not me. I'm not the one to break that down for people.
Well, don't take your investment advice from anybody here, right? But it is interesting to see kind of the ebbs and flows of the stock market. The long and short of it is, the general rule of thumb with the stock market is that you will have up years and you will have down years. But at the end of the day, the general rule of thumb is that you will get around a 6 to 7% return annually. Historically, that is what it's shown, is a 6%. So if you have $1,000 in the stock market, then you'll get 6%. What's that? $60 annually, right? And then you just multiply that times however many zeros you have at the end of your investment, right? So when you see a drop of 2-3%, that can have a pretty big drop. I mean, I don't think we're going to see anything, like we saw on like the Black Tuesday or whatever it was, or Black Friday back in like 1918 or whatever, where people are like jumping off buildings. But because I think the market is in a much different place. But this does have a lasting effect, where this could potentially affect game development down the line, not this next year, but in the coming years, because you see a 15% drop in prices. Well, you got to adjust in certain ways, because that's the evaluation of your company. So
if you have a structured settlement though, and you need cash now, you could call JG Wentworth.
Yeah, I was going to say JG Wentworth.
8677 cash now.
Yes. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. But, and as people are pointing out, now that you see a dip, this is when you buy. This is when you buy right here. Mercenary came in and says, not advice. Depending on the crypto, you could be up. I got stuff that is only backed by gold or silver, as well as having gold and silver before the phishing accident.
Well, it looked like if you were investing in arms companies, you're probably doing all right, because I saw one of them, Lockheed
Martin, yeah.
Yeah, that one went up. Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, fascinating stuff. That it's almost like there's a giant industrial war complex that benefits from going into wars.
Yeah.
It's weird how that works, right? It's almost like there's a giant medical establishment that benefits from people being sick. Just saying, it's crazy how that works out. Sorry, Blabs. Yeah.
News? What?
What's that?
Oh, I said breaking news. What?
Somebody said they will only. Cal says they only went up 5%. Yeah, they didn't go down though, did they?
Right. All right, let's go ahead and move on. It's crazy stuff. So Gamescom's coming up. I don't really want to talk about Gamescom. You know what I do want to talk about is this Genshin Impact boycott. Okay. Kara, have you heard about this boycott?
They're trying another boycott?
Okay. Have you heard about this boycott?
No.
Okay. So this is about a month old or so. And Flash, I'm sure you follow this as well. The Genshin Impact boycott has the idea have been, and let's just go to that park place for this story right here. The boycotters are raging because the revenue increase of nearly 10% after their boycott started. Kara, why have they been boycotting? It's because this Chinese company is white.
Oh, the skin color.
Yes.
Yes, I have read about this one. I mean, this is the second time people have tried to do a boycott on Genshin that I'm aware of, and it doesn't do anything. I'll be completely honest. Genshin's too big.
It just makes them money when this happens.
Yeah.
It's about as
Genshin
effective as that fucking Harry Potter boycott was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I love this because it lets them know how much people despise them.
But yeah, the first one was about a voice actor that did some bad things, and they were boycotting Genshin until they replaced this voice actor. And the second one was because the skin color for Genshin is not one. I mean, one, you don't have any big, like, I could be grumpy because they don't have any big burly, like, blacksmith type men that you can play as, and that's what I want to play as for some of my characters. All their characters, all their men are like feminine men, and they have one like darker skin toned character, Jinyan, which she's like she has kind of like a country accent. And yeah, I haven't played Genshin in a few months, but I do still kind of keep up with some of the news. But they're mad because of the theme of the new area is, I think, based off a little bit of like I can't remember if it's Indian or African heritage. But they're mad that the skin tones don't match the actual real life region on the game.
It said this is the person who started the boycott. We're just getting started. It's right. The boycott isn't going anywhere until we achieve our goals. We will keep escalating until Hoyoverse stop whitewashing and provide authentic representation in their games. Well, apparently it's going really, really well. Don't forget about signing the petition. By the way, those petitions, they're really great. It currently has over 104,000 signatures, which, hey, that's great. You know what I guarantee about this 104,000 people who are like, hey, this is really great. They don't play it. Yeah, exactly. You're 100% right, Flash. They're going to play it.
No, they don't play it.
They don't play it.
Yeah, well, most of these are probably just angry lesbians and twinks on Twitter.
I'm helping.
Like, oh, whitewashing. Where do I sign up?
Right. That's true. That's very
And to your point, they still play it, the ones that do.
Right.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. Those who are actually play the game, they're going to go back and play it. Right.
I've put a lot of money into Genshin. So, oh yeah.
How much money? How much money do you think you put into this?
I think in 1 year, luckily I was streaming it, but I think I put in like $1,200.
Wow.
Into Genshin. But some of it, a good chunk of it, was donations through stream, which they're like, here, do some rolls for some characters. Here you go. I'm like, all right.
Wow, that's crazy. Chat, what's the most amount of money that you've invested into a game over the course of a year? Just curious. Was it higher or lower and Karis $1,200. Shame on you, Kara. Shame on you.
It was for the content.
That's right. I'm just playing. Good on you, Kara, being able to do $1,200 on that. That's good. That's crazy. Yes, we're sorry. Lower. That's right. None.
Hey, somebody said about 2,500.
Wow.
So,
Hey,
Guy Incognito said about 2,500.
let's go.
So,
That's right. That's crazy. All right, let's go ahead and continue here. As well, look, the one thing you need to know is that the boycott has done nothing. In fact, it's actually driven revenue up 10% for their company. You see all these, we're seeing all these stocks fall today, but hey, they're up 10%. Congratulations. All right, let's move on. There's been a lot of talk about Star Wars Outlaws. A lot of talk over the last, I don't know, month, 2 months, 3 months, really since the first time we saw the playable character. People were saying, hey, it's pretty much just Han Solo, but gender swapped, right? And
she wears his color design.
Yes.
Same outfit almost.
Well, the idea behind this character is that she's supposed to be not nearly as experienced and scrappy and all these things. And because I've watched several previews, because the game has been in people's hands. They've been several previews that have been released, and it's been I would say fairly lackluster. A lot of people have looked at it and said, this is like, if this game came out in 2004, it would have been spectacular, but it's like 20 years too late, right? And we've seen some great examples of the gameplay here along the way, and the criticism that has taken place from seeing this gameplay. And this is from IGN. I've never been so immersed in a takedown experience as I was with Star Wars Outlaws. And here's an example of this takedown. Walking up, whap, and down she goes. just one woman slap upside the back of the head right there.
not even with like a baton or anything, like, which would be a little bit more like, that doesn't even hit. There's no contact.
These
Zero
morons,
contact.
have they ever worn a helmet?
Well, the helmet's
The whole thing is designed to protect you from getting knocked out on things.
Yeah.
Your hand would be all busted from this.
Yeah,
it's
you'd
so
ha-
stupid.
That's
And
just
by the
so
way,
bad.
they did this in the Obi-Wan show too.
Now no, if she was to come in with like a little baby knife and then just like stab him in the back of the neck where there's that gap between the armor
Or a little
and the
taser.
helmet. Yes, even that. But this is completely and utterly unbelievable and very ridiculous.
Well, people have been kind of clowning on this. There was a guy who did like a 3-hour stream the other day where he just kind of clowned on different gameplay examples. Now, Labs, you have the Cara Dune clip.
I do. So I just want to point out that this is kind of what Disney does. So as soon as you press play, it'll show you where she basically beats up these people. It's kind of the same way, just by her hands. If you just press the play button, you'll see. So, like, this is just a Disney thing. Like, come on, guys. It's like the same thing.
I don't think that's the same thing at all.
She's smashing them face first into a
Yeah, but you see, she
The
hits one of them
console.
with their elbow. Like, that should definitely not really take them out.
But they don't go down immediately. I think
she's not knocking them out from a hand slap.
Like they're still conscious, they're still hitting, and it takes 4 total.
It takes multiple times, yes, but I don't really think, like, I'm pretty sure the helmet should be protecting them from, like, hand-to-hand combat. That's just my personal opinion. I think it's all silly. If we're gonna make fun of, like, Outlaws, I think we should probably make fun of that fight.
Chat has the right answer though. It's Gina, so it's okay.
I
Is
agree.
it though?
No,
Like
it's
that.
not.
Is it though?
I mean, Gina
That
is
still looks
a
better
badass.
than her just going up and slapping the back of it. And it's not even a punch, it's a hand slap.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I think it looks better because Gina Carano is actually a really, like, buff woman as compared to the Outlaws character that's like a little twig. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure you should be able to do more damage than just smacking people around, especially with those helmets. They shouldn't go down like that.
I completely agree. I am with Blabs on this. Like, it shouldn't. Like, I don't understand that choreography.
Yes.
For somebody who had if they were to get like an armor specialist in that could actually teach them like the moves that could really help you like kind of work around the armor for your fighting, I think that could be cool. But Disney's not going to do that.
Disney doesn't know how to make things cool, which is just sad because you got all these opportunities and they just chuck it away, whatever makes them the most money.
Think about what you just said. Disney doesn't know how to make things cool.
They don't.
They don't.
When
Not anymore.
At what point in your life have you ever said, like, had you ever even think you get to that point where you'd say Disney doesn't know how to make something cool?
I mean, they made a lot of Marvel movies that were pretty cool. I mean, you could even consider like Infinity Wars or Endgame pretty cool, but I would say for Star Wars, they haven't really done anything that was like, wow, amazing. Like, granted, I liked season 7 of the Clone Wars. I did. It's not canonical. It shouldn't exist. It doesn't really make much sense, but it was cool. They haven't really done anything since to make me go, whoa, awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm with Labs.
Well, let's go ahead and continue here as this is interesting, and this goes to access media, access journalism here. A lot of these people who are posting their clips, posting their previews, they had a very small window of time, about 4 hours to play the game, and then they put together content built around it. And what happens in a situation like this is oftentimes a YouTuber or an outlet will get flown in to a controlled environment, and they are not allowed to capture the footage. It's all captured through the studio or the developer, whoever's running, or the PR agency or whatever, and then they provide them with the content or the 4 hours of footage on a flash drive or something at the end of the event, right? They want to control the environment as much as possible, but they apparently also want to control the message. As once again, let's go over to That Park Place, who is doing a great job covering this stuff. As the German YouTube channel removes their Star Wars Outlaw preview video after admitting a third-party agency had to approve the video before it goes up. Now, this is a YouTube channel called Piet Smi. I don't really know how to say it, but this is it. It's a group that has 2.5 million subscribers here. And so obviously a very large reach when it comes to this and expanded audience. And they had a post that they put out, and it said in a post to YouTube, this is what it said right here, and it's translated up here. Translated by Deep L, one of the channel's owners, stated, "Hi, Peter here. We're taking the Star Wars video offline, not because we wanted to sweep something under the carpet or anything, but because it should never have been published, and we don't want it on the channel. We'll talk a bit more about this in the next Pitcast episode. Sorry." And then it continued. The post came in the wake of a comment revealing that a third-party agency had to approve the Star Wars Outlaw video preview. I completely understand the arguments that were made here, and that was not correct. I had the opportunity to play the game for 4 hours, and it was edited into over an hour of video. As part of the review process, the entire video was thrown back to us, and an intermediate agency, not Ubisoft, asked for a lot of changes, especially to the wording at the beginning. But since I personally thought the game was really cool, I didn't see a big problem. This was a huge miscalculation. They added, sorry, you don't have to pre-order. Sorry, you don't have to pre-order a game, of course. You can buy whatever you like with your money. I absolutely enjoyed the version I was shown. The process behind it was for the ass, and I'm sorry that we didn't print more against it, but let ourselves be beaten wide open. Sorry for that. So I would love to hear y'all's thoughts on this. The idea that as a YouTuber, as a media outlet or whatever, the idea of it goes back to access media. You can play our game, but we control the message that comes from you playing our game.
That is common. That is very common whenever working with a publisher that or an agency. You have to provide your material for approval and then get it back before you post it.
if you're not going to give your honest opinion, why give it unless you're selling out?
I agree. And that's one reason why
If I
I've
can't give
never
my honest
done
opinion,
anything
then
like
I'm not gonna review it.
No, and you shouldn't.
I think in so much, especially on YouTube, it comes down to like authenticity, right? Like so many people are fake on YouTube. And I think this is just an extension of that, where you give it back and they have to screen it. And it goes back to if it's not you authentically saying how you feel about it, what's the point? Then you're a piece of the propaganda, right? You're a propaganda arm of the PR agency, of the studio at that point. And I think all your credibility, you like literally one instance like that, and your credibility is lost. Have you ever, Kara? Can you think of any instances that, from the PR perspective, that you've had to take a look at people's preview of games or anything like that? I mean, I don't. Do you have any personal examples of that?
No, that's not something we really did at Limited Run whenever I was there. The only real thing I could think of, I mean, they didn't. All they had to do was the only like PR that they ever did was sending a collector's edition or sending like a game or something to an influencer and saying, "Hey, please please post about this," or something. There wasn't ever any like restrictions to what you could say. It was obviously implied that it was hopefully going to be in a positive light. But that's why you reach out beforehand and be like, "Hey, would you be interested in something like this? If you're not, cool, whatever." But that's not something we really did there that I can really think of. So I know that it is a common practice in just about any influencer. Like I know like beauty people have to do it, fashion have to do it. So if they're doing like little ad reads and no video, they have to send it in. Usually to just to one acknowledge and or prove that the clip is there in the video. That's the only like main thing I can really think of. That we're making sure that whatever information that is provided to that the creator states in the video, whether it be pricing or availability, whatever, is accurate and up to date. But I don't know. It's not something I've ever really had to deal with myself, so I don't have a whole lot of uh what is the word? Gosh.
Well, yeah, a
You
lot
know,
of experience. Yeah, right.
experience. That's the word. Sorry.
Yeah, right. This goes back to Total Biscuit, rest in peace. You put this back on X, and this is very, very true, and this is covered in the story itself. Video game developers working with third parties to try to dictate positive sentiment is not unheard of. YouTuber Total Biscuit saw his review of Wild Games Studio copyright struck by the developer after they previously supplied him with reviewed code. However, they did not like his negative review trashing the game. Total Biscuit explained in 2013, long story short, dev sends codes used to make critique. Dev dislikes critique. Dev abuses system to censor critique. Right.
That'll blacklist you from any further things. I do know that happened to a creator that I've heard of. They got blacklisted by Bethesda.
Very much so, and it goes back to access. Access. You don't get access unless you talk nice about us, right? You don't, and I think that's just such a broken way of thinking about things, and especially in today's society when it comes to the commentary community and actually having an opinion about things. But speaking having opinions on things, the creative director of Star Wars Outlaws has, as we move to our main story of the day, has no intention of listening to any of the critiques about Star Wars Outlaws, specifically when it comes to the look of the character. The creative director Julian Garrity rejects criticism of Kay Voss's look. Makes no sense to me, and it's not worth engaging in. Right now, this is there's been a lot of talk about the look of this character, especially when compared to the actual look of the model herself. Right, a beautiful woman that looks like she's been downgraded in the actual game.
She has been.
It's not even like her lips, her nose. It's nothing.
Cheeks
of her.
were changed.
Yeah.
Very
Eyebrows were changed.
Well,
we watched a video of her on
she got a manly chin.
Show, and she doesn't even. It's so weird how they hired this chick and then they don't even use her like at all.
Yeah, what's the point?
Right. Well, as pointed out here, the mod community is going to go in and see if they'll fix her up to actually look like.
Yeah, that is ugly.
And the thing is, if you look at the design, it's not even focused or like finished. It's blurry. In every single shot I've seen of the character, her face is always like a blur, like a filter or something.
Listen,
on it.
game
It's like
devs.
some Instagram model.
Game devs, I'm never going to find trans women attractive. Stop.
I also will never find dudes attractive, unless they're Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I was gonna say, rewind.
Unless it's Jake Gyllenhaal, let's be real. But the Garrity was talking to the Washington Post and was talking about the criticisms of Kay, the lead character, and said this: Kay is meant to be approachable, a petty thief who ends up barreling through this story, making bad decisions and centered with a lot of humor, humility, and toughness. That's what's important to me. She's beautiful, and she's beautiful. Come on, hey, she's beautiful, man.
So the original the original actress isn't approachable?
Well, that's the question here is, are they saying that she's too hot, right? Is she too attractive on the left? Do you feel, and question for Kara and Blabs, as you see someone like this on the left, obviously a beautiful woman, right?
Great smile.
Are you intimidated? Would you want to play as her or not? Like, does that intimidate you? Does it make her not approachable? Because I can tell you right now, as a dude, I very much want to approach that from a video game perspective.
Craig's like, I could get
video
behind
game
that.
perspective, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't find it intimidating whatsoever. And usually, most girls always pick the hot chicks to play. Every single time. It's like,
Well,
we
it's not for
want to
girls.
play as the pretty girls.
They're doing this for a very small segment of the population that's mad that women look better than them.
Kara? You're muted.
Oh, you muted, Kara.
Dang it. I'm with both of them on this. It's yeah, it's I miss being able to play as hot women and it not be somebody that I have to create myself and a character creator. I want just a good like base model character. I'll be like, oh, I don't need to tweak anything. I'll just go play as this person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and especially for story mode, whenever you're having to play as a character for 20 hours or so, you want it to be something or somebody that's going to be at least visually appealing.
So this guy continued with his, or this person, I don't know, Garrity continued saying he added, oh, by the way, sorry, I didn't mean to assume his gender. It says, it makes no sense to me. And this is where the gaslighting and the talking about engaging with people who are critical. Total gaslighting here. It makes no sense to me, and it's not worth engaging with. If you engage with bad faith people, there's no nuance and no possibility of real dialogue. So all we can do is make the best game possible, right? You see this bad faith people, right? People would consider this show bad faith people, like us bad faith people. Are you kidding me? All I want to do is have a conversation about this. I would love to talk with this developer.
He should look in the mirror because it's pretty bad faith that you're controlling people's opinions of the game, especially the ones that you fly out to preview your game and now you're censoring their opinions. I think that's pretty fucking bad faith, pal.
pal. Let them know, Flash.
Mm.
But the idea that, you know, they use these words, right? You see these words that have been tossed around over the last, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. All the istophobe, whatever. Now, bad faith people. It's like, and they go, and then they gaslight you and say there's no possibility of real dialogue. No, it's because you don't want to have real dialogue. You don't want to hear criticism, which is why you shroud it with this idea of, oh, you're just in bad faith. No. We want to have that conversation. You just don't want to hear the criticism. That's the issue. I think that's the biggest thing along the way. It continues. Garrity previously described Vess as a, quote, much more modern protagonist. I think she's a much more modern protagonist than we usually see in games.
She's modern, all right.
Right. She's somebody who is very much a street thief, who gets thrown into things that are beyond her control, and that she kind of has to think her way out of. And that makes it a little bit more relatable than someone who has all the confidence and sarcasm and just comes off as somebody who is not believable. So having her be relatable in that way is something extremely important to us. So there we go.
So she couldn't be pretty and street smart, is what you're saying.
Right. And yeah, I think that
I want to dismantle that. So in 2017, we had Battlefront 2 come out, and they made Iden Versio basically the exact same as her actress. She's a good-looking woman. No one had a problem with Iden's looks or anything. They had a problem with the story because she flip-flopped after like 2 chapters, and everyone's like, you marketed this as an Imperial campaign, and it wasn't that. Everyone actually digs how Iden looks. I personally love Iden's abilities. They're badass, so I never had a problem with Iden. So everyone going, oh my God, they just hate women. They just hate women. No.
You're totally right. Nobody was talking about her.
No one was complaining about her bad looks. It was the fact that
I remember the campaign got a lot of criticism itself.
Yes, exactly.
But it was all on the story. Like it wasn't on, oh yeah, she looks like a ambiguous woman.
She's beautiful, this actress, and she looks just like in the game. Now, granted, it's 2017, the graphics are EA, what do you expect? But they're pretty damn good, and considering what Ubisoft is doing in 2024, even better, right? And then they're also marketing Ubisoft this game as the first open world Star Wars video game. Well, first of all, that's a lie, but if you want to just talk about Disney in perspective, LEGO did it in 2022, so you're also lying again. Just pointing it out. So I've just dismantled the entire conversation. The end.
Well, we will see how this game performs when it comes out. It's been from a preview perspective, and this goes back to like when you see a situation, bringing us all the way back to the YouTuber who had their preview sent back or edited. That casts doubt on every single person who created a preview, because you don't know what they said and what the PR agency said. And it devalues and discredits literally every single person that's created a preview up to this point, which is the saddest thing about it. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on to one last story here today. And that has been this Mr. Beast stuff. We've been talking about Mr. Beast a lot the last 2 weeks. It has been chaos in the world of Mr. Beast, at least outwardly. And I'll tell you this, man, this has been so crazy to watch, the pushback over on X, the pushback on YouTube, and everything associated with this. Now, he released a new video just a couple days ago, and that video is number 2 on trending. It has almost 100 million views in 2 days, right? Mr. Beast is going to succeed regardless of what anybody thinks. He's going to continue to grow. He's going to continue to be successful. And a lot
especially
of that,
when the media protects him.
Right. Now, a lot of that has to do with some of the, the pushback that we've seen, or the lack of pushback from a traditional media perspective, right? Because they're all in this together. At a certain point, Mr. Beast grew to a point to where he became a part of the crowd, and he must be protected at all costs, because YouTube, Amazon, they have a lot of money invested in this dude. A lot of money. Amazon has their $100 million deal with him to develop the Mr. Beast game show that's coming out. There's been all sorts of reports about the conditions associated with the game show, and a lot of people talking about that. But this in particular, we're talking about the latest video that's been released from Mr. Beast. And I don't really care about the topic of it. It's, more or less a Mr. Beast video, right? But this happened over the weekend as they were talking about the like versus dislike ratio of the Mr. Beast videos. And this was very early on when the video was just an hour old. This was from Z-Dragon over on X. As Mr. Beast might be cooked, actually. 500,000 dislikes in an hour and still counting on his latest video. Jimmy and his team are also deleting all the comments mentioning the Chris Tyson situation. Is this the downfall of Mr. Beast? Well, I'm going to answer that. No, it's not the downfall of Mr. Beast, but it is a really bad look. Flash, what were you going to say?
Oh, I just said, uh-oh.
Yeah. Now, this is where you've seen community notes come into play. And it says YouTube stopped reporting dislikes in 2021. The number of reported an image is an estimate based on an extension called return YouTube dislikes. It is calculated from dislikes submitted by extension users and can overestimate the actual number of dislikes on a video. Now, Drama Alert came out and they had a big tweet about this, and they ended up deleting that tweet and apologizing. They were talking about the 500,000 tweets, the 500,000 dislikes. They said, "We apologize. We just deleted a tweet showing 500,000 dislikes on Mr. Beast's new upload. This info came from a third-party app that allows you to see the dislikes. Fellow creators reached out saying that the third-party app is not to be trusted. We also got in contact with Mr. Beast for the real numbers." So this apparently is from Mr. Beast, right? This and this obviously shows a drastically different number here compared to the other dislikes. Now, I have that dislike up, that extension over on Chrome, and this shows right now nearly 2 million dislikes on here compared to 3.7 million thumbs up. So nearly 2 million people are like, nope. But this brings up like a lot of questions here. And I think Jake the Viking puts this really well. It says, the only thing I'll say Beast related today is this. People have been using this dislike button extension ever since YouTube decided to remove the feature. Not once has the legitimacy of these extensions ever come into question until now. Why?
I was just about to say that I've been talking about that forever because they took it away and then that came out. It's like we went through show after movie talking about dislikes and all this, and now all of a sudden it's not good. We can't trust it. Second off, that screenshot they're showing, who even knows what video that's from? I don't see the video title in that screenshot. All I see are the likes and dislikes. That could be from an old video. Or they could have just made it.
And on top of the like to dislike ratio, we have the deleting comments along the way here. You can see the various comments that have been pulled, just simply talking about things that are being removed, and you can see this comment being removed in real time. It's not a good look, man. It's not a good look, and you can see the censorious nature of all this. I don't think Mr. Beast is the guy in there, deleting all these comments. It's not Mr. Beast, but somebody along the line at that company said, "Hey, we should probably be deleting these comments as they're coming in," right?
Well, let's compare it right now. I can't see your back end, but I can see the dislikes you have right now from my side for that extension. What does yours say? And I'll tell you what mine says.
On the Mr. Beast video?
Right now, this live stream.
Oh, on this live stream. Okay, let me check really quick. This live stream right now has 872 likes.
Any dislikes? And
the dislikes currently says, I don't know. Let me look in real time on the actual page itself. Good question. Let me.
I see 4.
4. Okay,
it's probably going to change now.
They see 4.
Yeah.
It's
probably going to change because people are going to troll around. But as of right now, I see 4.
Right. Well, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. tuning in, yeah, I don't know if you can see that on the back end in real time. All I see is the likes. But yeah, if that's the case,
You
cool.
should be able to.
Let me do
in
a
your
quick,
studio.
in my studio. Let's see. I have now it says 21, right? So
people are messing around, so we'd have to do it with an older video.
So I'm at 909 thumbs up, 21 thumbs down, right?
Refresh it.
Yeah, and that's fine, whatever. But do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Let's get to our goal.
I see 12. Okay. So like it lines up though. It's not accurate, but it's kind of close.
If that's the case, Flash, then he actually may have more thumbs down on his side, because I show more thumbs down on my side than yours is registering, right? So if that's the case with Mr. Beast, it could actually be considerably higher. Okay, mine actually says it's actually changed now. Some people have moved. It's 962 thumbs up versus 13 thumbs down. So people have switched their thumbs down to thumbs up, whatever. But either way, this has been it's been an ongoing situation with Beast, between the Chris Tyson stuff, between the game show stuff, between this thumbs up, thumbs down ratio stuff, between censoring. I don't think that this is going to affect Mr. Beast long term. I think that the one thing that could affect him long term is if he is sued, if he has to become so undesirable to be sponsored that's when it starts affecting him. But he's already reached a point with his company and his videos that he no longer takes sponsorships, because the value of his videos far outweighs what these companies are willing to spend. He's taken companies' entire marketing budgets for the year to sponsor like one video. Yes, Kara.
Can I fight back on that real quick? On his most recent video, you will see that there is a sponsorship in the description.
He has download Monster Hunter. This is true. Yep.
And there are ads being run on this, as you can see right here. This is actually a screenshot from my Explore page from like 5 minutes ago. Monster Hunter is actually promoting this as well, where he's doing an ad promo for this game. So your recent saying that he doesn't do sponsorships is false.
Well, look at me being all dumb. But that's coming from him saying that, not me. He said that they've no longer accepted sponsorships, maybe in the videos themselves. I know they had previously worked with some web hosting companies and stuff, and I've seen some interviews where he said that himself, where they know maybe these that's why he started like the Mr. Beast bar and the Beast burger and the chocolate bar, because it made more sense for them just to start their own companies and sell their own stuff as opposed to selling other people's stuff.
So I shared this, right? And then over on Rumble, Rumble chat saying Monster Hunter, more like Monster Hider. Oh, that's a little funny.
Go Rumble.
Thanks, Rock or something over there. That's good stuff. But yeah, I mean, do you think now that we're a couple weeks into this thing, we have a new video out from Mr. Beast? It's clearly, he's got 100 million views in a couple days. That's the thing. He's doing Super Bowl numbers of his content every single time he uploads something, just killing it. Do you guys actually think that this will affect Mr. Beast, or is he untouchable?
Right now, I think he's... Oh, go ahead.
It's going to depend on how much stuff keeps coming out on him. I just saw so Hollywood Reporter did a thing on him the other day. So if mainstream media starts coming after him, we might see something.
Kara?
Like Flash said, it depends. I think content creator wise, they're going to keep their mouth shut, or at least the people that are trying to be in his videos, or at least be like a secondary acquaintance to him. I think they're going to keep their mouths shut. They're not going to really talk about what's going on. There are some people that have condemned the whole Chris Tyson thing, but just very hesitant about it. But nobody's actually saying anything about Jimmy, about Mr. Beast.
You can't. YouTube suppresses it.
Mm-hmm.
There were
I
people,
think
I don't know if it's still going on, but if you put him in the title of things, people were getting demonetized. Their videos were getting demonetized, not the channels.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow. And that's scary. Yeah, we've been hit several times by the yellow dollar sign on YouTube from videos we talked about. And what happens most of the time is we have to send it through. It takes 24 hours. And that's the other sneaky tactic that YouTube uses is you have to get your video manually checked, but by the time that it goes up, it's no longer time sensitive, right?
Yeah, it's not a relevant story anymore.
Right. And it's like, oh, okay, great. It's awesome. So there we go. Well, YouTube is definitely going out of their way to protect their golden chariot, as they say. So it's crazy. Joe, or Super Joe's midlife crisis came in and says, one dishonest thing that Mr. Beast does, Mr. Beast Burgers. It's a pseudo brand that doesn't actually exist. It's food you can order through apps like DoorDash that's cooked in Denny's with his branding. Yeah. These, this is a thing that's been established a while back. Thanks for that, Super Joe. While back, there's been a lot of he has very much innovated a lot of ways to make money. I mean, this is a guy who's worth $500 million, and he's what 24, 25, something like that. Like I really feel there will be a point where I think that he's just going to go crazy, and not in a good way, because I think he's revolved his entire life around creating content on YouTube. Like from the time he's been 12 or 13 years old, at a certain point, he's going to hit a wall, and he's going to want to keep going bigger, and he's going to want to keep going larger. And at a certain point, how big can you go? And I guess we'll find out eventually, because I think he's either going to burn out and I don't mean this like sarcastically. I actually think he may die, like doing one of these stupid stunts. And it's not like a jackass stunt, but he's like, well, or somebody will die on a set. Maybe not him. And there'll be some sort of, they go, well, we pushed it too far. And I don't know. It's at a certain point you go, okay, great. So you guys got anything to close on that?
I've just been waiting for the demise of Mr. Beast because I haven't liked him for a very long time. So it's been like sitting here with popcorn.
Now, I believe we've talked about this publicly, but didn't you have a relationship with Mr. Beast at some point?
I used to be his landlord.
Can you talk about
Whoa.
Connections. I worked for a property management company in Greenville, which is where Mr. Beast is based out of, and he rented a warehouse from us. And it was he was very destructive. And this was like 4 or 5 years ago. And I just remember driving by and once, and there was like this big, huge, like a blast of like bright pink spray paint on one of the walls that we asked him to clean, and it took him months to do. They were to be able to do a lot of the stuff that they were wanting to do on the property, they needed to put up a privacy fence to keep people away. And I don't know, I can't remember the exact details because it is so far away or so long ago that either they were expecting us to pay for it, or even though it was them like requiring the privacy fence. I can't remember the details because my boss was one who kind of handled that main negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
But I know they threw a fit about that. And but it wasn't a very good relationship. I'll just put it at that.
Was there something that he did in particular that made it not a good relationship? Was there in a moment or something where you're like, this guy's an asshole? Because you're not the first person to like I don't want to put words in your mouth, but for many people say that people who have had interactions with him, that he's really not a nice guy.
He's not, and I don't know if it's more so of him being extremely socially awkward, that or his ego's too big. I think it's a mix of both. Like I've run into them out in public like quite a few times, and believe it or not, Chris was actually the only person that was actually like personable and like nice and had full on like discussions with anybody who came up to them, and everybody else on the team was very go away, leave me alone. So,
you got any more fun landlord stories?
That was such an evil laugh, Craig, I have to say.
Well, it's interesting, man. You know, like it goes back to these, you know, these parasocial relationships that people have with these online creators, and it's like, all right, you know, it is what it is, you know. And it goes back to I think at a certain point you have got a kid in his mid-20s, and people say, why do you use the word kid, right? Because he's probably emotionally stunted, right? But when you have people around you going, "Oh yeah, Jimmy, yeah," you know,
yes men. He's surrounded by yes men,
yes.
which is not healthy.
Correct, especially when you're in your 20s and you're worth a shit ton of money, and it's usually that doesn't bode well. Doesn't bode well for well-adjusted individuals.
I do have one more story about Jimmy. So I was at the Tesla up in Raleigh, and I didn't end up getting it, but I was putting a down payment or a reservation for a Tesla. And they were just like, oh, well, where do you live? And I was like, oh, I am in Greenville. And they're just like, oh, isn't that where Mr. Beast lives? I'm like, yeah. They're like, that guy's a dick. Because apparently he threw a fit because he ordered a Tesla from them and then like expected them to deliver it 2 hours to Greenville, even though they have never delivered a Tesla to anybody. And they did not like his, like he even had like his mom call and trying to like get them to deliver the Tesla.
Good old Mama Beast, calling in Mama Beast right there. Don't you know who I am?
Wait until my mother hears about this. Wow.
Wow. Well, there you go. Like I said, people who have dealt with him on a day-to-day basis, you know, like, look, he's a YouTube genius. That's what he is, you know, and he reached a point to where, look, let's say the other thing that people don't know about Mr. Beast is that he doesn't run his company, right? There's a dude who is one of the guys behind the company, and it's, if you look up like YouTube gurus, it's one of those guys, and his name is blanking me right now, but he's the guy who like came up with VidCon and all that stuff. It's a mess, man, and I want to hear from that guy. I want to hear what he has to say about all this stuff. So, all right, well, look, you guys have been great today. We're gonna give Kara and Flash the out because we have some super chats to read. Kara, do us a favor. Tell us where everybody can find you.
Oh, you can find me over on YouTube at Kara Creates, and I'm also on Twitter. I still refuse to call it X. You can find me there at Kara_Creates as well. I have been recently doing a series where I'm going through and watching a bunch of older movies. Like I watched The Running Man for the first time this week. I watched The Shining for the first time. I watched Dante's Peak. What else have I watched like within this last week? We watched Kiss the Girls. I watched Silence of the Lambs recently.
Kara.
Yes.
You watched Running Man recently, an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Should Blabs watch Running Man, an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
Yes. Arnie movies are just fun and just packed of testosterone, which is fun.
What a dirty look she gave you when you said that.
What's wrong? What's wrong
No,
with Arnie?
I
movies?
was not giving Kara the dirty look. I was giving Craig the
I know,
dirty
that's what I
look.
said. You gave him the dirty look.
Yes.
I was just asking. That's all. Jeez, relax.
Why are you so anti-Arnold?
Just because everyone keeps yelling at me to do it, that the more you tell me to do something, I'm
Because they're
never going
great
to do it.
movies.
Okay, I do have a question for you. Would you compromise and watch a Sylvester Stallone movie?
I'm not a big Sly fan either, to be honest. I've seen,
Okay,
by the
but
way,
what-
I've seen Rocky movies. So,
But
it's not
have
like I
you
haven't
seen Demolition Man?
I don't think so.
It's got Wesley Snipes in it. He's hilarious. I mean, the movie and Sandra Bullock is in it.
Okay, if it's funny, I might consider
It's hilarious and way too close to home right now, but it is so funny. I just watched it for the first time a few months ago, and it has been one of the most memorable movies of these that I've watched.
I'll consider it.
So, do it. That is one I think that you would like.
Demolition Man?
Yes, Demolition Man.
I think she should start with Kindergarten Cop.
I think Demolition Man would be more her speed.
Okay.
I disagree actually with you, Craig. It's better to watch. What
Jingle All
makes
the Way.
Kindergarten Cop so funny is you're used to him being in roles like Running Man and
Good point.
and Terminator, and then you see him in that movie. That's what makes the movie funny. Well, I mean, it's still a good movie itself, but I would say it has more impact if you're used to seeing him as an action star.
Did you ever grow up watching Jingle All the Way?
I've seen it. I think it's a terrible movie.
Oh, right to the heart. Right to the heart.
But, yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he just doesn't do it for me. Sorry. And everyone's like, you have to. It's like, there's tons
I
of
mean,
other
but
movies
his
to watch.
biceps are as big as your torso.
Yeah, but I just actually don't find Arnold Schwarzenegger attractive. That's too much. It's just too much for me. So I'm just like, whatever.
No Terminator.
She's more into the twink guy.
Predator.
Definitely
nothing.
not.
From that
No?
video.
Nah. No, I was answering
Oh.
Yellow Flash, saying definitely
I'm just
not,
kidding.
yeah.
Okay.
All
So
right.
you haven't seen Terminator?
Nope.
No Predator. Oh my God, Blabs.
Predator is fucking great.
Listen, but this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna need to commit Blabs to watching something, and then we'll do a big
Predator.
We'll do a big thing where the chat gets to decide, and we're gonna monetize the shit out of it.
So you
All
got to Predator ties in with the current streams because you could relate it to Chris Tyson.
Flash, tell everybody where they can find you, friend.
I'm over at Yellow Flash 2 and Yellow Flash on YouTube.
Excellent.
That guy.
All right. You guys go find Flash, go find Kara. Genuinely appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. Have a great rest of your day. And let's get some super chats. Thank you,
Thanks
Kara.
for having me. I got to get back to work.
All right,
So
we'll see you. Say hi to everybody in the Ripperverse for us.
I will.
All right. See you, Kara.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. Flash, thanks, buddy. We'll catch you soon, okay?
For sure. See you guys. Great stream.
Bye. Bye, Jake.
All right. Go. You can find Flash and Kara links down below.
Yep.
Let's get some support, guys. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Commodore fan came in with the direct donation, says the We're Just Normal Men clip is from a 2016 continuity link between shows on CBBC's Children TV channel. It was an ad-lib line during a live segment to make the host laugh as a prank. She didn't know it was going to happen. Thank you, Commodore fan. Unknown Naughty Warrior came in, says, I trust the Orange Man with the economy as much as I trust him with his casinos. I mean, how can you suck at running businesses where the house is supposed to always win? Orange Man wants to outlaw naughty books and the hub. He's a no vote for me. Hey, you vote however you want, buddy. No one here is telling you how to vote. Psychotic Mongoose came in with a membership. Thank you very much, Psychotic Mongoose. Genuinely appreciate that. Mercenary says, if you're dumb enough to listen to me and it's your fault you do so, stay out of the stock market. It'll make 1928, 1929 look like cloudy day at the beach compared to the hurricane coming. The storm is upon us. Aiden says, I've been buying gold and silver since 2017 when I first bought my first silver coin at the NRA convention. That's when I decided to invest in precious metals. This past May, I went again and decided to up my gold IRA account in December. All right. And Delta says, I like Fleekazoid's idea that they should over dramatize the sneak animations, like have a Steven Seagal stunt where the stormtroopers are doing flips on their own. Thanks, Delta. Appreciate that. And God damn it, I want a name came into the 10. Says the failed Genshin boycott has the same energy as the Hogwarts or Stellar Blade one. They achieve less than nothing, and they absolutely hate it because it shows normies and developers how little power these people actually have. True, Dad. Blabs, let's get to YouTube.
Okay, but first of all, on local, Spoon Ninja says, you were great and gave him the time, and that is referring to you and Nick Calandra. And then Spoon Ninja comes in and says, watch Conan for $1. No, I will not do so. Absolutely Rudy says, I noticed the same day Craig was away, the same day Jake. Oh, we got that one already. Why doesn't StreamYards remove highlighted ones for me anymore? Anyway, Zach says, Blab's teasers and the threat of milk brings us back. What? Okay. I don't know. Cajun Corey says, we're just normal men who like boobs. Correct. What is going on here? Is that you or me?
It's me.
All right. Clemson says, car greater than Mazda. That's funny. All right, let me remove the highlights because they're not clearing for me. Benjamin says, CBBC is a channel segment on BBC One where you'd have kids shows for 9 to 13 years old. You wouldn't have many ads, but instead family-friendly comedian presenters crack jokes, do things, and comment on the shows. I remember watching those two live. Well, BBC used to be really, really cool back in the day. Thanks, Orthodox monks, what?
I said, thanks, Benjamin. Really appreciate that.
I thought you were going to say something about the BBC and what it stands for. Orthodox Monk says, there's a certain game that if Blabs doesn't have for tomorrow's this day in game, and then Craig's going to be raging. Okay.
See.
Chest Rockwell says, rip Game Informer. It should have been Kotaku.
Soon, my friend. Soon.
Tech Support Gaming says, I'll wear whatever you want me to, baby. Hashtag Craig. Mo Lester says, seems like every time you leave for a few days, shit hits the fan. Second win, sure, Craig, but this world economy, I think you went too far this time. Yeah, can you stop saying that? The Dude says, yellow flash blocks people for giving an opinion. I don't think so.
Well, I'll tell you this. I block people on X. I'm using the block a lot more liberally now because at the end of the day, like at a certain point, you can only talk to people so much before you're just talking to a wall, right? Like it's you can talk to people and you can talk with people, but oftentimes you end up talking to people instead of with people. They just want to yell at you instead of talk with you, and there's a difference between the two.
Norm says, I feel a disturbance in the force, as if 1,000s cried out and cringed in an instant.
Thanks, Norm. Appreciate you.
Orthodox Monk says, yellow flash, more like Captain Obvious. 2 poles were hit during that performance. Talking about the pole vaulting. Space says Craig has upgraded from talking about men's abs.
Tell you what, man.
Dicks. I am the Icarus says, if a little heat is stopping the ooh la la, then they aren't real athletes. That's funny. Benjamin says the eco fascists are at it again. Not really, it's not France, it's mostly nuclear, and that pea green to me. Norm says, in my experience, Europeans are allergic to using air conditioning. Lord Slosh says, never thought I'd fight side by side with a twink, but what about side by side with a redhead? I could do that. That's hilarious.
Slosh, appreciate that.
Zach says, Kurt Angle belly suplexing Shane through a glass window at King of the Red and failing several times in the process.
Ooh, okay. That was a big spot for man back in the day.
Rai of the House says, this Turkish man needs to appear in a Sakamoto Days. Norm also says, this guy needs to be in a Western talking about the Turkish Olympian guy. Yeah, seriously, can you imagine with like some Ennio Morricone music in the background? Perfect. Mr. Melancholy says, Stone Cold filling Vince's car with cement.
Oh, that's a great one. Man, that's awesome.
Lord Botha says, Turkish Olympian probably going to get a cameo in next John Wick film. Also, Mortal Kombat was fun, but Carl Urban is just too old to play Johnny.
You know, that was my first thought, too. I thought Carl Urban may be a little too old to be like a young... Johnny Cage is meant to be like this, you know, probably late 20s, early 30s, like action star. I think he may be a little too old, but we'll see.
TJ says, hi, friends. Make sure Cara tells you how she is the clutch player and chained together.
Sorry, TJ. Appreciate it. Wanted to give her an out.
Javi says, let me ask you a question, Craig. How happy is Katie Vick? Yeah, that's right. I know, Craig. I know it all. 10 years ago, you unalived her. What?
No, I did not unalive Katie Vick. It's a reference. It's a wrestling reference as well.
I was going to say, like, what are you doing 10 years ago? Anyway, Speedy says, hey, Craig, I remember you mentioning Couch Co-op could be an esports event, and I vote they should make Halo on Legendary with their Iron Man skull on, and they should speedrun it.
I think that, I think there's a lot of possibilities when it comes to esports Olympics.
Orthodox Monk says, Konami is still cruising on that Yu-Gi-Oh money. Taker says, best Attitude Era match was Roddy Piper versus Goldust in the backlot brawl at WrestleMania 12, 1996. If you recall, there was even a white Bronco chase.
That's right, there was.
I was born in 96. David says, real gamers boycott a game, sales tank, modern audience. Boycott a game, revenue increase. Will the game industry learn? No.
Thank you, David.
Dean says, Genshin Impact, those boycott clowns are also trying to get to target the first descendant, demanding dark-skinned characters in a Korean game. Geniuses. It's so weird. Mo says, we're going to need to introduce Kara to DSP. Let's not. Retro Nerd Bro says, Kara's my hero. She's unironically told Disper, go fuck yourself, and it was epic. Thanks, Kara. Yeah, it was pretty great. Breezy's Comic and Collectibles. Helmet slap with a hand. Broken hand. Mm-hmm. Benjamin says, Cybernex could give her 2077 gorilla arms.
Good point.
Mercenary says, I swear the slide in Outlaws looks like it was from the Division 1 and 2, another Ubisoft game. I like Division game, but still, it is lazy as hell. Master Gawa says, Chinese games are great because China likes big chests and doesn't care about liberal values. That's why you don't see many Pride BLM events in China.
Almost like they're different cultures. Almost.
Weird. JM says, implying a Humberly is not approachable as beta. Game devs make female characters SFO less after.
Thanks, Mr. Gala.
Mika says, Jimmy has done so much for people, it is all gone. Norm says, will there be a boogie arc for Mr. Beast?
I don't think so. I think he's got his own thing.
Pokey says, I think PewDiePie is the only high-profile YouTuber to get out relatively unscathed. Yeah.
Man, he's done it. Like, he's legitimately done it. And it's been amazing to see. Good
as far as we know.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's always going to be something like, what? This happened? Benjathan says, he's a business psycho, let's face it. Maybe he's autistic. Zach says, Blabs, I love your channel, but as master boobologist, I implore you to start a movie watching channel. You would slate in the algorithm. I got enough on my plate. Zenix says, donation to the No Blabs Left Behind Fund. Thank you. Where am I being left behind? And Xander says, put the cookie down, Blabs. I don't have any cookies. Is this some type of joke, a reference to a movie I don't know about? I'm assuming. And Master Gower says, the markets aren't real value. They are about confidence and manipulation. Ask Ian Carroll about the manipulators tried to destroy GameStop stock. That's a hard one to say. GameStop stock. There you go. And Javi says, it was me, Craig. It was me all along. Craig?
It was me, Austin. It was me all along.
Mm-hmm. We're caught up on the tubes.
There you go. All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are spectacular. We appreciate your support today. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow when Razor joins us.
And Josiah.
And Josiah. Oh, awesome. Josiah will be joining us as well. This will be wonderful.
We're doing a little bit of a deep dive on Mr. T-Lexify tomorrow.
Okay, we'll see how.
Good luck, everybody.
It should be fun. All right. Well, with that said, appreciate you guys popping in. We will see you guys mañana when we're back at it again. I'm going to take a. By the way, I've had people ask about going back and playing on the Plays channel. Give me another week. Once my kids go back into school, I'll be able to get back into playing games in the afternoon with you guys. Possibly, maybe even in the evening. We'll see. With that said, guys, have a great rest of your day. Appreciate your support. You guys allow us to do this on a day-to-day basis. We genuinely appreciate you guys supporting us and allowing us to be a part of your life. With that said, hit the thumbs up button on your way out. We'll see you guys later. And remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got to go get it. Have a great day, guys. See ya. Bye-bye.
Fatality.